Greetings everybody, it's me Knight, and I know it's been a while, but hey, I'm back now. I'm gonna be doing a how can I say, an informative message. A little bit of me channeled, but a lot of this is just information, more on astrology and what we need to be expecting. Because in case you guys don't know already, Pluto is going to be coming out of Capricorn very soon on November 19th this year, which is quite a big deal, and it's going to be going to Aquarius, right? And it's going to be in Aquarius, for a while. It's going to be in Aquarius until they're going to be feeling these energies till 2043, right? Pluto will not be going back into its original placement until almost 200 years from this point here, and it's not going to be in our lifetime, of course. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because wherever Pluto is, it affects the collective as a whole. So it doesn't matter what your zodiac sign is, or even if you don't believe in zodiac signs, you can't stop the planetary energies from affecting us, okay? Especially Pluto is very strong. So whether people want to claim it as a planet or not, it doesn't matter. Its power is still significant, and it really does affect us. The reason why I'm saying this, I'm going to bring you guys to the past. When you think about the baby boomers, they were from 1955 to 1964, right? You saw they had their time. Then you had Generation Y, right? 1965 to 1980. I mean, Generation X, I'm sorry, Generation X, 1965, 1980. Then you had Generation Y, from 1980s to 1996. The reason I was telling y'all this is a big deal, if you look at what happened between about 10 to 15 years, because each one of those times about 10-year gap, right? And look at the mindset. If you could think about anybody who was born from 1955 and after, look at their mindset. Also, then look at the Generation X's mindset from 1965 to 1980. Then look at your you guys, if you guys are in Generation Y, whoever, look at the people younger than you, or if you're in that Generation Y of 1980s, 96, look at their mindset. And then also, as you see the generation now, right, Z, right, and so on and so forth, and Alpha, look at how they act, right? You might wonder why you guys can't get along, or why certain things happen around the world. Look at the times of certain wars that have happened. Look where Pluto was placed, okay? So I'll give you an example, right? If you go back to the generation I was born in, which was Generation Y, Pluto was in Scorpio. Very transformational energy there. A lot of conflict, with whether it be with civil things or how can I say, worldly things. You know, I know in the 80s they had a big drug epidemic, right? And they also had a lot of things going on with certain countries that was in the dark. A lot of corrupt energies from the government, and I'm not saying it's not now, but it was definitely dark. All right, and there was a time for change, but some of us kind of got off balance, and we went more towards the darker side. But also, as these people got older and faced their darkness, they were able to transform it, and now they can help transform people. So whether they're doing stuff like I'm doing, or they're doctors, like they use that energy from Scorpio in a good way, but it also be done in a negative way, because a lot of occult knowledge came out during that time. Then if you look at that, you had generation Z and all these things. Pluto was going through Sagittarius, right? A lot of people might want to travel. They're very forward thinking, very independent, very strong willed, and sometimes they might not think before they say things. Not a mature Sagittarius, and so you might be wondering why we have certain conflicts, right, going on, right? So I'm just saying. Then when I go back to my generation, if you look at Desert Storm happened around 1991, 1990. My father was in it, and he made it through that. And that was Scorpio, okay, very transformative. But again, remember, the original energy of Scorpio is what? Mars, war, right? And then now we're going to the age of Aquarius, and a lot of children are going to be more innovative thinking. So anybody born at this time is going to be forward thinking. Just like some of them are also going to be more connected, like humanitarian, because Aquarius can be that. But also on the negative side, Aquarius can be kind of cold, detached from the heart space, not knowing how to deal with their feelings, and just want to think of everything logical. Not all, but a good portion of the time. So that's just how the individuals are. Look at the collective. If that energy is in the collective mindset, no matter what their zodiac sign is, but say if they were to have a lot of air or Aquarius in their chart, it can affect us, where people want to be more going towards technology a little bit more. not so centered on the human body, and having people want to think or go towards, how can I say, look into more like about alien beings, wonder if they are even a human, don't want to claim their gender anymore, which is causing conflict with people who are like born in, like, for example, the baby boomers born in 1955 or after, or even in my generation who are more religious, I should say. Possibly even some of the Sagittarius, because you know, Sagittarius, they're philosophers, they're very spiritual as well, and this could cause a conflict. So you have one generation who doesn't really want to claim an identity as a gender, and then you have other ones who are more like chill and relaxed, and you have some who kind of want to go this way, but that's because they're feeling this energy coming forward. And that's why it's a big deal to really understand how big important that Pluto is when it does these things. So I say this so people can try to make sure they try to stay grounded during times of transition. I do feel that the energy will be more lighter when Aquarius comes in. It might not be easy for everybody, especially if you have a lot of Aquarius placements in your chart, in your natal chart. So look into that. But also this could motivate you to be more going towards your goals. You know, for example, say if your North Node is in Aquarius, something like that, it can help you out. Mars in Aquarius can help you out, especially because, again, Pluto is going into Aquarius. So it's going to be transforming you in an Aquarian way. It won't be in the typical Scorpionic Pluto way. Does this make sense? But this is the big deal. Sadly to say, though, because this could affect the economy, too, as well, going to Aquarius as far as, like, consumers. All right, consumers and also people who own the businesses, where they might become more greedy. You know, because the darker side of being a humanitarian is just like not want to be around anybody. Because Aquarius, remember, they detach. Sometimes they don't want to pay attention to their emotions. So people who were born in the past, or people who have a lot of water in their chart, this is going to affect you. You might be questioning, I like technology, but why are we going so much forward with this and not trying to, how can I say, fix ourselves as humans and heal ourselves, but we want to make medicines and all. This is Aquarian. They're very innovative. So I do expect, I don't claim this, but a war. Say it straight there. I expect civil uprisings, yes. And it doesn't mean within this year, guys. Like, I'm talking about within the next 10 to 15 years. Definitely heavily within the next 10 years of conflict and frictions. And it doesn't mean people are not going to have fun during this time, but I have to say the darker aspects of Aquarius, and I'm not bashing them. It's just the energy that, because Pluto is going in, it's going to have Aquarius act a little different, right? So when we experience these energies, I don't want people to, I can't make you guys, but my wish for the world is try to stay grounded, try to stay balanced, and just know that you only can control what you can, right? So when you see these outside influences, it's energetically, but it's also because of things we have to do karmically. Now, the good thing is about coming out of Capricorn, it's a big karmic release, because, you know, Capricorn is like represented by Saturn, stern, very fatherly. It can also bless you, but also going to put you through, face your shadows and darker aspects of life, right? Causing a lot of friction also with sexuality. A lot of people didn't know what they want to be, again, with genders and stuff like that. The gender roles can be switched. If you notice in the devil card, if you are in a tarot, it has like breasts, and it can have a male's genitalia, depending on which devil card you're looking at. But again, it's all being brought out, okay? And that's what we were coming out of. But if you could see what Pluto and Capricorn has done, it had, by the end of its reign, as we're coming out of it, it had people trying to pretty much identify as something else, whether masculine, feminine, or transgender, which is okay, and do what they want. And it's just very transformative. And it had the elders who weren't born in the generation of Pluto and Capricorn feeling some type of way. They're like, what is this foolishness? You know, especially people who are very religious, still stuck in the Pisces age. So other than this coming out of the Pisces age going towards Aquarius, you have this Pluto and Aquarius energy, and I expect great changes, great shifts, but sadly to say, a lot of upheavals and negative energies going forward. So it's best to stay grounded and just don't think that everything's like evil energies or negative. Because of the fact that humanity has to go through these lessons to better itself, okay, to find some type of balance, because that's what's going to be affecting us. Again, Pluto affects the collective, right? It's not a joke. All right, and I just saying this, I'm probably going to make a message on this. I might even do a reading on this, to see what each individual as a collective out there, what you can expect. So I might make a card reading on this, I don't know, or just medium. But I just wanted to definitely put this message out, because it's a big deal, guys. I feel like this is something that's overlooked and needs to be talked about. right? So I expect great changes in the government and just the world and the collective as a whole.